Be here today. I have a very special guest in the room. She has been such a big part of my world for the past couple years, and I'm so excited about her passion for the arts. And so today, Councilwoman Linda Julien is a true champion for the arts. She has proven this over and over with the many programming and events that she goes to and things that she does within her city and county. And so today I have an opportunity to let you hear that passion through a conversation that we're going to talk about today. Miami Art Week is coming up, and we're so excited for what we're doing in the city of Miami Gardens. Love of Urban Design Week is happening December 3rd through the 6th at the Miami Gardens City Hall, and Linda Julien, the Councilwoman, is the presenting sponsor of this event. So today, I introduce you to Councilwoman Linda Julien.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here today. Thank you for all that you do for our communities. And I'm excited to talk to you about your passion and everything that you love about the arts and how it's so important to you, the way that it affects economic growth in the community. So let's talk about that. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm always excited to speak to you, Dr. K.
Hey. All right, let's go. So we got some questions, but we're going to flow. We're going to run through just the important things about what we want to talk about today. So you've been a strong supporter of Love of Urban Design Week from the beginning. With Loud in its second year in the city of Miami Gardens, from your perspective, how has this platform contributed to the cultural and economic landscape of Miami Gardens, and why is it important for the city to invest in creative platforms like this?
Oh, let me tell you something. Love of Urban Design fit the puzzle that we were seeking, that I was seeking to have and infuse the arts into Miami Gardens. I don't know if you remember a conversation that we had from the very onset when I met you, when the concept of Loud came about. And I said to you, I've been looking for a way to bring art and encompass art into the community. We had a multicultural fest, and some people came out, and we're always looking for ways to enhance programming. And I have a youth music festival that I do at the beginning of the year, and we do programming with the students, throughout the year as it relates to the various type of arts, right? And when you and I sat down and we spoke about Loud and the vision, it was all aligned and it clicked. It was, OMG, this is what we need. This is what we've been trying to bring, right? Like, you had the vision, right? I had the funds, and I'm like, we're going to make this public-private partnership work for the betterment of our community. And here we are, embarking on our second year of artistry in Miami Gardens.
Yes. How does it, okay, so let's stop there for a second. So we do the main events at the Miami Gardens City Hall.
Yes.
What is that? How exciting is that for you to turn the City Hall into something with the arts?
Super exciting.
Okay.
So, like you, I'm a creative, and I'll sit back and I think about the various things, right? Like, you can't make a square a circle, right? You can't make a circle a square, as they say, but I feel like you can. And when we had our conversation, remember I said, you know what? I said, we're going to turn Miami Gardens City Hall into an art mecca. No, we're going to host the fashion show here. No, we are going to have Art Week here. We're going to utilize the spaces that we have. We utilize the courtyard. We utilize the community room. We utilize the walkways. I mean, we made it work, right? With the glam and the flowers and the draping. I mean, we turned City Hall into this like art mechanism where when people showed up, it was like, this is City Hall. And the only reason why you'll remember that it's City Hall at the end of the day is because of the emblem. Yes. Right? That is plastered on the wall. But other than that, it's like walking
it's transformed.
It's transformed. It's like walking into like a totally new venue.
So let's talk about that. So mind you, it's the first year last year was at City Hall at the main event. You're walking in and you're seeing artists and like, well, give me that feeling. Give me the energy that you felt. Let's talk about that.
I walk in and my eyes are like this. And I'm just like, oh my God. oh my God, right? Because we visualized it, we spoke about it, we met about it, we anticipated it, but to walk through in it and to live it and to see how this space was transformed and how this idea became a reality, to see the artists, to see the creatives, to see the curators, to see the community come together, the stakeholders, it was transformative. And I was in awe. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yes. So let's talk about that. The artists, the fashion designers, the models, the makeup artists, the hairstylists, the vendors that are selling arts and crafts and products, the production teams that are creatives designing sets, right? The architects that are involved in this entire project. We have over 100 creatives that come together to put on this event. We have creatives not only from the city of Miami Gardens, but they travel across state lines, so from all over the country. They travel over international waters to come to the city of Miami Gardens. What does that do for the city?
That's a big deal. What it does for the city is it brings economic impact. It brings economic impact into our city, and it allows us to circulate those dollars throughout our city. Because imagine, these people fly into town, right? So they have to purchase a plane ticket. Miami Gardens is centrally located between Miami International Airport and Fort Lauderdale Airport. So you can take your pick, right?
Yeah.
So you got to buy a plane ticket. You have to find lodging. You have to find a hotel to stay at. You have to eat. So now you're going to patronize the restaurants in the area. You want to buy some trinkets, some things to bring back home with you, some souvenirs, right? It's a win-win at every phase of the transaction, if you will, from purchasing that plane ticket to the end of the event. Folks are spending money, and that's what it's all about. Economic impact, spending the dollars, keeping them in our community. Sometimes they may venture outside of our community, but nonetheless, they are here, they're from out of town, and they are spending money. And when they spend money, we are able to keep people employed. We are able to keep programming in place. We're able to do a lot. It's like, it's a whole cycle.
Yeah.
But we got to get the people here.
Yeah. Thanks for describing that cycle, because I don't know that we always think about how $1 affects the entire cycle.
Yes. It's
right?
an ecosystem.
That's really a big deal. So we have people flying in from all over for the entire week of events. So let's talk about that. What is happening, right? So we know we're expecting hundreds of people to come out throughout the week, right? So opening night is on the rooftop of the city hall, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that night. What are you expecting? What can we see?
So again, right, transforming a space, right? Like a space is just there. So into like this VIP event, right? So on the rooftop, imagine being on the 5th floor overlooking the skyline of Miami Gardens.
Yes.
Decked out, decorated, right? And having folks come in, network, mingle, and kicking off Loud Week. It's a really, really big deal. So many things are happening within that component of things, right?
We have a featured artist that night, right?
We do have a featured artist that night.
Okay,
Super exciting.
Good.
And we're excited. We're excited. The community's excited. I mean, I am on 10. I am on 10 right now.
On 10. I know Lump is one of the featured artists for that night.
He
also,
is.
Speed Mob Car Show will be on the rooftop with decked out artistic cars, to really kick this week off very good.
Yes.
After that, we have our love letter to the culture. It's our Loud Vibes night, which is Roots and Revival, hosted by CoSpace, which is a small business in the city of Miami Gardens that has collaborated with Love of Urban Design to bring this to life. And so this night we'll have this roller skating rink that will be in City Hall.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Oh, roller skating rink is going to be in City Hall. Bring your best foot forward, right? Because we're going to be skating. We're going to have
everything
music.
included, right?
Yes, everything is included.
Yes.
DJ Hercules is going to be on the 1s and 2s.
For the opening and for the main event.
Yes.
And then, so the roller skating rink night, the Roots and Revival will have the roller skating rink. It'll have double Dutch cruise.
Yes.
Artists, poetry.
Spray painting of the shirts.
Yes. By the art monster Kenneth Hunt, who is flying in town to the
From
city of
Philly.
Miami Gardens. Yes. to be a part of the events. Then we have an educational component.
We do.
It's always important to me as a college professor, and you're a college professor as well, to make sure that our creatives are educated.
Yeah.
To make sure that we have the information we need to be successful.
That's right.
So let's talk about what to expect at this panel event, maybe who the sponsors are, or, just the information that we could give creatives.
Sure. And so this summit is being held at Topgolf,
yes.
and it is sponsored by Bank of America. And we're so grateful for their sponsorship, right? Because they understand the importance of financial literacy, amongst many other things. And so this summit, we are going to have conversations around affordable housing for curators and artists.
That is huge.
Right? It is big. It's something that I've really been pushing as a real estate professional, because we provide tons of housing assistance for our law enforcement, for our nurses, our teachers, but what about the curators, right? It's, because their line of work is a bit creative or artistic in a sense, right? Because they're not getting a check every 2 weeks,
right,
like the average worker.
Right.
And so they have to sell a piece, they have to put on shows. And so it's a little different, but they too need housing.
Yes.
They too need, a roof over their heads, affordable housing, and I mean real housing affordability. And so my push is, I had a conversation with Bank of America, and I'm like, I really want to create a space and opportunities and funding for curators to be able to become homeowners. And so now this is a thing. And so at the summit, we're going to discuss financial literacy. We're going to have some realtor professionals in the room to talk to the curators about opportunities that are available to them. And also, we're going to talk to them about the importance of having a CPA, having an attorney, right, to put their stuff together to make sure that they are too protected. In any line of work that you're in, especially as you start to scale, you want to make sure that your matters are in proper order, right? And so we're excited.
That's huge. So the Creator Summit is coming from Tallahassee and bringing this, and I'm so excited. One of our sponsors is a Rattler, right?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliver Gilbert.
That's right.
And FAMU, the Innovation Center, is a sponsor also to be a part of this panel. And so this art of scaling panel will have artists, we'll have recording artists, visual artists, AI. We'll be talking about this whole digital art world, right, that is happening. So that is going to be a really big day.
I'm looking forward to it. And I'm happy that you just mentioned the various levels of artists, right? In art, because art is like government. Government is infused in everything that we do, right? In order for this space to have become a space,
let's talk about it.
They had to go before the city or the county. They had to go before building and zoning. They had to get permits, right? The inspectors had to come out and give the okay to say that this space can function, that it's good to go. It's the same thing with the arts. If you think about the arts, there's culinary arts, right? We were just talking to the young lady earlier, and we loved her nails because she had like tons of art on her nails. And I'm like, look, there's art in, the nail business. There's art in the music business. There's art in, in painting. Like, art is around everything we do. And even looking at this like backdrop here, right? An artist had to put this together in some kind of form or fashion. And it is a view of downtown Miami. So art is infused in our everyday lives, and we just don't realize it.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Let's talk about where all roads lead to, which is the main event. Saturday, December 6th, in the courtyard of Miami Gardens City Hall.
It's going down.
It's going down. So we're talking about hundreds of people coming out to experience visual art, a fashion show. We have students on the student designers. So middle school students from South Florida Fashion Academy and high school students will be showing pieces on the runway. So let's talk about youth involvement and youth engagement. Why is it important for you to provide an opportunity for youth to see career pathways in the arts?
Because an investment in our youth will always yield the greatest return. When you invest in their talent, whatever that talent is, whatever it is that they tap into, they're going to grow in that. And they're going to lead in that. And they become creatives. And before you know it, they take it somewhere where you couldn't even imagine. But you have to invest and just let them do what they do, right?
Yeah.
Let it flourish, however it flourishes, right? There's no black and white when it comes to creatives, but you allow them to be creative in whatever form or fashion that is, but you invest in them, right? You show them that this matters, that you matter, creatives matter, and then you just sit back and wait for the results.
That's amazing. It really, just hearing you speak really makes me feel so good about what this platform brings to the table, because with Loud, we're able to invest in the youth and creative arts, invest in the small businesses that are within the city, and surround creatives from surrounding areas and beyond, right? So we're really, really making a statement in the arts in the city of Miami Gardens. Where do you see this going?
It's going far. It's going far. It's going far because we have created a space where we are inclusive of everyone. Bring your talents. If you are a small business owner, let's see what you have to offer. There's a space for everyone. And I think that that's the energy that people are feeling, which is why they're gravitating towards us. Before we know it, we are going to need a space like the Hard Rock Stadium to host Loud Week. Because it's growing. I mean, folks are hitting me up in my DM, makeup artists. They're like, hey, I would like to volunteer for Loud, muralists. I'd like to volunteer for Loud. How can let's see if there's some synergy. Like, people are hitting me up. Like, I can't even keep up with the amount of messages that I'm receiving because folks are just so interested, right? But this is what we do. We create a space where we are welcoming and we invite everyone, no matter how big or small your business may be.
Right.
All talent is welcome.
All welcome.
Yeah.
So we have a few seconds left, but I want to talk about thank yous to some of the sponsors that have supported us along the way. Art of Black Miami with the GMCVB.
Yes.
You mentioned Bank of America.
Yes.
Who else would we like to mention today? Tampa Bay Fashion Foundation is now officially a sponsor.
That's a big deal.
Of Loud Week. And yes, if you know anything about Tanika, she is also the wife of the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we're so excited to have them come into town and be a part of Loud Week as an official sponsor.
For our event. They're coming from a totally different zip code to come and attend our event.
Yes. FP&L,
the Miami Foundation, the Office of Oliver Gilbert, County Commissioner, the Office of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, Miami-Dade County, of course, Miami Gardens as the presenting sponsor.
Miami Gardens, the presenting sponsor. And our collaborators, Co-Space in the city of Miami Gardens, the Creator Summit, FAMU, Litwix Candle, just all of these creatives that have come together to make this possible. Councilwoman Linda Julien, thank you so much for bringing the arts to our community. As a Miami Gardens resident, thank you so much for believing in the creatives in your city and beyond.
It is my honor.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and if you have any questions about Loud, please go to loudweek.com.